And we're here live, guys. Welcome to another episode of Between Collectors. And this is episode, what, four?
Four.
Episode
Or
four. Wow. We get in there, man. This is the fourth week doing this show. And let me tell you, this is one of my favorite shows for some reason. I kind of like talking to you guys, talking to my panel, and in a more intimate way. And you guys know what this show is about. So if you have any questions that you want to talk, you want to ask us, me, the panel, whoever, you're more than welcome to do it. But before I start, I want to say hi to my panel tonight. We have Anthony from Six Scale Mafia in the house.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's good to be here once again.
The man of the metamorphic customs, Desi.
what's up, everyone? Great being here. It's been a little while, so looking forward to it.
And we have a new member of the panel, Grum from the Jedi Knights Watch. Welcome.
Hey,
my friend.
everybody. Thanks, Dante, for having me. Really appreciate the invite. I'm looking forward to it, and let's have some fun.
Let's have some fun. First time for you in the show, man.
Right?
Glad to have you here. I know we were talking to try to organize this, so finally we made it happen. So thanks guys for tuning in, and I want to say hi to the people on the chat as always. We only have few people, but still we have to Catherine in the house, the primetime reviews. We have Anthony as well, Louis Livitz, it's Popsick as always, Ashley Chase, Hot Toys Collector or HD underscore collector from Singapore. Wow. And Louis Livitz says, "What's up, crew? Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and everything." The year's
You
almost
as
over,
well.
guys. The year is almost over. Have you guys seen Spider-Man yet?
Oh yeah,
I think I'm the only one that has not seen it yet.
Okay, so we're gonna spoil everything for you. I'm just kidding.
I
We're not.
figured. I
No,
figured
no,
I'd just
no.
put the headset off and walk away for a little bit.
No, we're not. We're not. We're actually gonna talk about Spider-Man, but no into spoilers. We actually gonna talk about it in a more spoiler way, probably next week. Because I just kind of put like a 2 weeks ban that we will not spoil anything. So give you some time, for people that didn't watch the show yet. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna talk probably in a couple more weeks. And are you guys excited to talk about this? What happened? What happened last night? What happened last night? What did we get last night?
Fennec,
Yep.
Man. You know,
out of nowhere.
it was okay. So I'm just gonna give credit to two people. I'm gonna give credit to Eris because he has been talking about Fennec for a long time, and I'm gonna give credit to Fabio because he actually nailed it with the design of the head sculpt and the design of the figure, and Desi because also Desi mentioned about the Robogots. Remember that?
Yep.
So let's talk about Fennec. I'm gonna start with Desi. I'm gonna start bottom up. Man,
So
tell us your thoughts
we
about this.
we had mentioned we had mentioned that this would probably be announced before the end of the year. It made a lot of sense, right? So here it is, and it looks great. I do have my little nitpicks here and there, but the face looks great. I'm glad they released a head sculpt. If they hadn't released a head sculpt, that would be really weird. So I'm glad the head sculpt looks great. The strands of red thread or whatever in the hair are amazing. The suit looks awesome. The weapons look awesome. Everything is great. The number one thing I wanted was Roboguts, and they don't look good to me. So I'll have that to say, but the rest of the figure is amazing, I think.
Really?
Yeah, so the Roboguts, so you see the
Let me see if I
Roboguts
can- there we
for
go.
like a fraction of a second on the show, right?
Right.
And when you see it, it looks like, yeah, it's CGI, obviously, right? She's got depth in there, there's things moving. But what you see here in this picture looks like special effects from like a 1970s movie, right? Where they don't have CGI, so they had to put something over her belly and like paint it, like there's no depth to it, is what I'm saying, right? And I understand why. Like if in order to have depth, you have to essentially have a new body or at least a new lower torso, right? And they have to develop that. Here it's just like, okay, we'll just put that on. So maybe this is just a prototype and they'll fix that, they'll change that. I hope they do. If not, well, it just looks like a little flat component, barely a relief sculpt there, but hey, that's my only comment. I want to focus on the good, which is that head sculpt is amazing.
Oh man, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
that head sculpt is beautiful. I actually did a figure preview yesterday. The funny thing is, like, I was on Facebook literally, so I said, okay, I'm gonna take a shower now. So before I do that, let me refresh the page. And literally, as soon as I refresh it, boom, Fennec in my
Yeah.
face. And I'm like, let me turn on my camera, let me turn on my mic. Let's do a figure preview about this, because you know what? This was totally. We were thinking about this, that this is gonna happen before the Book of Boba Fett, and we always spoke about this in Eri's show, in my show. We had this gut feeling that this is gonna happen before. That's some sources told us the same thing, but we weren't sure about the specific date. And this is the Christmas week, so it kind of makes sense, right? Before the Book of Boba Fett, which is next week. I'm thinking that we may see something next week before the Book of Boba Fett. And I know and I hope that is the 2-pack released. The Boba Fett with the Tamora Morrison's, head sculpt and body. I think that one is gonna come next week. But let's continue. Let's continue with this one. Graham, what are your thoughts about this? I know you're a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, I am.
Your name is a Jedi Knight, so I'm assuming that you love Star Wars.
I do.
So, man, this head
I-
sculpt looks beautiful.
I was blown away when I saw this figure. I was like, am I looking at like a Mandalorian season 2 still, or like a Boba Fett, Book of Boba Fett still? Like, this doesn't even look like a figure. It looks that good. And the sculpted hair, even the detail in that, it doesn't look like some of the hair we've seen before. And even the outfit itself, it looks, super detailed. You have that pattern going on in it. It looks like it's going to be super posable, at least to the naked eye.
Mhm.
I'm glad that they, like Desi said, they put in the actual head sculpt, so it wasn't just a helmeted figure. I just hope they do kind of like what they did with Thanos, where they have that foam on the inside, so it can be, put on and removed pretty easily without like damaging the paint, because it is such a good head sculpt that you just don't want to ruin that face.
Mm. Yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna show you guys a picture later that my friend Joao from the Part of Reviews shared with me the other day, yesterday actually, about the head sculpt. I honestly think this is really good. I mean, Hot Toys is stepping up their game so good that every release we've seen an improvement, and that's a huge thing to me. I really think that this is really good. Yes, we can talk about certain things, maybe the angle, the lighting, whatever it is. But at first look, like if you look at like this, you don't find any issues.
I couldn't find anything wrong with this head sculpt when I was looking at the prototype images.
It's really, really good. But before we go with my friend Anthony, Ashley Chase with the $7.99 donation, thank you so much. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to everyone in the chat and you awesome guys on the panel. Ashley, thank you. Same to you.
Thank you.
I know you're in Australia, so you're actually gonna have Christmas tomorrow, right? Is that? Please enlighten me, because I know you're from the future, coming back to the past to watch this show. But thank you so much, Ashley, for the $7.99 Australian dollar donation. Appreciate it very much. Antonio, thoughts about Fennec? Do you see anything that you didn't like? Are you comfortable with this? Are you happy with the call of the helmet, that you can actually take it apart, put it on the head without compromising the look, without maybe doing any craziness? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, man, are you kidding me? Here's the thing, and I've said it. I've said it on my stream. I said it on your stream. I've said it on Aries' stream. I was like, there's no way we're getting a Fennec with a head sculpt. And I feel like such an ass because I stand corrected. I really thought, it was interesting because remember, I really thought this was going to be a Mandalorian brand. And they were going to double dip on us and then give us a Book of Boba Fett version later with the sculpt. When they teased earlier, months ago with the mask, seemingly now that we know the mask on, I just assumed, you know what I mean? Maybe I was a little too harsh on him. With that said, I was wrong. And this is awesome. It's super and like you said, bro, whatever the case is with Hot Toys, man, this past year, they have been just nailing female sculpts. They've been completely outstanding with their sculpted hair, as we saw with like Loki, Sylvie, few others. They're just they up their game, bro. They're not messing around. Now with that said, I agree with Desi as well. I think they could have maybe done a little bit better with the stomach. But again, that does require, the deeper they go, within, they're going to have to redesign that lower torso. So it could also be the factor of the photos. Maybe there is a little bit of depth to it, and we just can't tell. We're kind of looking at a flat image. So I don't know. We'll see. Of course, again, this is also a prototype.
Right.
But dude, I mean, first glance, man, she is out the park, man. The only thing I would say, maybe they can give her a little bit of a nose job. Maybe. Just a little thinner. But again, that could just be the angles of the portraits. I mean, at first glance, I'm going to say this is a 9 out of 10, man. This thing looks stunning. I can't wait to get her.
It does look fantastic, and I'm talking about that because I want to share a picture that my friend Joao from Third Party Reviews shared with us yesterday in the group, and I think it was a valid point because again, at this point, we can, talk about these things, right? So on your left you have the actress, which she looks beautiful, by the way. She's like 50 something, I think 55. I think
Yes.
she looks fantastic for her age. I'm 50, by the way. I'm just kidding. I'm not. And then we have Hato's Fennec on the other side. And obviously, figures will never going to be, they're going to be 100. They will not be 100% ever, right? Because if you do something 100%, it's going to be like freaking a clone of a person, right? Yes, it's going to be some differences, but I think it does look good. Oh, actually, let me talking about the devil.
That's twice today.
Yeah,
Two different occasions.
I'm sharing your picture, my friend, that you share in the group. He says, my meaning about the nose, you should be a bit thinner, but I love the figure. Oh no, of course, yeah, no, you're right. No, we just kind of like doing the comparison because it's really worth to mention the side by side comparison. I mean, honestly, obviously, she looks great. I mean, the likeness is there for sure. For sure, it is there, right? Keep in mind that Fennec on the left side, the actress, has real hair. This one is a sculpted, which doesn't look bad at all. The net on the head, we can argue about the net of the head because it's really too red, right, guys? I think it's too bright, the red. But again, it is a prototype. The likeness is absolutely really, really good. So I think this is just a great figure, man. This is just
keep in mind it could be set accurate and not screen accurate. Because you have to factor that in as well. I mean, there's all sorts of, depending on how they film it and the color grading that they use. There are differences, like seeing it in real life or seeing it on screen. So I mean, it could be. I don't know. I mean, like you said, in the images and on the show, it seems a little darker, but I mean that's a minor thing, right? I mean, because overall, she just looks great. They knocked it out.
Right.
I give the head sculpt a 9, or even a 9.5 out of 10. I don't think the issue here is with the nose. I see what you're saying.
Right.
What some people are saying that it's too thick. I think that's more lighting. If anything is off, they're giving that 9.5, right? It's not a 10. If anything's off, it would probably be in the eyes. And that's where things are really off sometimes. It's eyes. It's hard to get that. But I mean, I'm not complaining, like this is more than good, right? This is great.
Right. And I want to give a shout out to my friend Fabio from Fast Figures because Fabio, the other day, we were talking about this and he said, I have a feeling that this is going to be similar to Jean Erso in disguise, the one with the helmet, right? That you can actually take it apart, put it in the face. And he called it. And, and I was happy to see that. I was thinking it's going to be 2 head sculpts. That's what I thought. It's going to be one in mask and then the one with the helmet. But
that's
I'm
how
happy
Jin
that
is.
No.
Or are you talking about?
No, to look at what's
Ray.
the name of the guy? No. Yeah, well, Ray is one of them, but the other one, Star-Lord, that you can put the mask.
Oh
on his
okay,
face.
yeah. Because my Star-Lord does the snap back and then
right, that is removable, so
Ray.
you can actually put it, together. Right. I don't have the Jean in this guy, so
they're separate. She has a
different head sculpt.
Yeah, they're 2 sculpts. Essentially. One
so
helmet, one head
it's
sculpt.
removable. So that's the point, right? That is removable, that you can put it together. So that's I think a good call, right? But
for
yeah, I
sure.
agree. I think the likeness is there. You know, they did a really good job. The tailoring is fantastic. I think how to just keep getting better and better, and that we can argue that maybe more accessories. What do you guys think? More accessories, or are you guys happy with?
It was a little sparse, right? What does she has? She has some booze. She has her rifle, a bunch of hands. I mean,
The
I don't know
coin
if you still have the
pouch.
picture up. Yeah, a coin pouch, right?
Uh, the
She's got a.
Spashka?
Did you say a pistol?
Yeah, I think she has a pistol
Pistol.
too. She might.
I think
I
it's
think there's a
okay.
decent amount. It's a decent amount.
It's hard, right? Like, I mean, what else are you going to throw in? Another Grogu, right? I guess.
Have Grogu.
But like, she has everything. Yeah. Like, she has most of the stuff you've seen her with. I mean, maybe she won't win a Figure of the Year award, right? Because it's it's hard. It's not a lot of stuff, but still, this is a great release just with what it comes. I think.
Well, it looks like she has like a dagger or something there
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Well, it keeps the
Yeah.
price point somewhat reasonable.
Mhm.
Especially with the one head sculpt instead of having the two. It's going to be more affordable for everybody out there too. It's not overly priced, in my opinion. Coming in at, was it 280, 270,
270.
270? So
This
that's not
one,
too bad.
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, no, the price is actually pretty good, and I'm just gonna do the plug right now because Josh from Comic Concepts, they have it for 260, 259. So if you want to do the pre-order, by all means, you can go to the website, Comic Concepts, and pre-order this Bad Girl, because definitely you see, I don't pre-order stuff, but I have a feeling that this is gonna be uh, uh it has all the ingredients of a Grail to me. Not now, obviously, but in a few years in the line, it's gonna be one of them. Just because a lot of people love Fennec, and I think it's a really good character and blends perfectly with Boba Fett. I think the chemistry is there, right? So 260, not bad at all.
I think it's also
Honestly.
just going to depend on the role she has in the Book of Boba. If she has a killer role where, like, Mandalorian season 2, where Boba Fett comes in and destroys all the stormtroopers, everybody's like, oh my gosh. Like, if she has a scene like that too, it's just going to drive people to want to get this figure.
Right, right. And talking about pre-orders, I mean, I know a lot of people like to pre-order their figures. Some people don't like to pre-order. They like to wait until they see the final pictures and make the decision. Some of them like to do it because they want to do payment plans, which is fine as well. But I just have a question for you guys. So pre-order now or wait until the figure is released? So I'm
Hmm.
gonna start with Graham on this one.
So I've only been collecting for a little over about a year and a half. And at first I was pre-ordering everything. And then I'm finding out the wait is super long, and I'm starting to change my mind quite a bit, which is a problem because I'm canceling pre-orders.
Mm.
And before you know it, you're canceling $100 worth of pre-orders. But I think the biggest thing is I change my mind a lot. Like, the newest thing comes out and I just change my mind, or I can't wait. Like, I'm a sideshow guy, at least to this point, and sometimes I just can't wait for sideshow, so I'll buy it somewhere else once it's
Mhm.
released in Hong Kong. So I've gotten away from pre-ordering unless it's something that I really want, and I want to make sure that I'm not going to miss out.
Right, right. That's a good point. That's a good point. Depending on the figure, depending on the character that you like the most, and if you feel that based on your, I guess, preference or maybe research, you say, okay, you know what? I have a feeling that this character might be sold out at one point, or maybe this is going to be a rare piece, and you know what? Let me just secure it. But you made a good point because over time, and it happened to me before because I used to pre-order a lot as well, and I used to change my mind even today. Sometimes when I stuff that I pre-ordered before I open my channel, I canceled a lot of that because I'm like, I already got it, so and I lost my deposits because I say, okay, why I'm gonna get another one if I already have one, right? So those are the
Hmm.
things that I after I open my channel, because I this was not planned at all. My channel happened because I said, you know what, I just need to do something because I'm stressed out.
Right.
But anyway, that's a different topic. But I do agree with that. Sometimes you
Well,
pre-order stuff and then
and I've only canceled like maybe a couple that I just decided I didn't want. For the most part, the reason I cancel is because I can't wait. So I get it off of eBay or a different site that I can get it a lot sooner. So It's not that I'm just changing my mind completely on the figure. It's just sometimes I can't wait as well. So,
Hmm.
but I
Good.
think tastes change too. Like, where are you taking your collection? You know, and I like, for instance, Back to the Future, I pre-ordered those, but now I'm kind of just changing my mind a little bit on that and focusing on Star Wars, Marvel, and DC. So sometimes that happens.
That's a good point. Changing minds, but we're humans, right? At one
Right.
point, we're gonna change our mind. What is your take on this one?
I stopped pre-ordering like early this year, early 2021, and I buy mainly from Sideshow as well. I'll only pre-order if I've got some kind of coupon, or now I've got rewards that are going to expire on the 1st of January in 2022. So I'm just waiting for Pennywise to release. But even if he doesn't release in Hong Kong, I've got rewards that are going to expire, so I might as well use them. But
Right.
otherwise, I'll wait for the figure to at least release in Hong Kong just to see those production pictures. That's what I've gone to. That's what I would always recommend. But that's just me.
Hmm.
So
Is perfectly fine. What about you, Anthony? Do you normally, do you rather pre-order now or wait until the figure is released, or what's your take?
Well, I guess there are some factors there, of course, but generally speaking, don't pre-order. That's my go-to, because it's one thing if there's if it's something different companies, for example. Hot Toys has a brutal turnaround, bro, as we all know. 16 months, sometimes 2 years. I mean, look at Pennywise. Just there's things, right? And very, very rarely has there been a case. I can only think of Heavy Infantry Mando, for example, had sold out or had gone waitlisted through Sideshow before it was released. Now, that could have been a weird thing with the COVID delays or something, but the point is it's extremely rare for something to sell out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I look at it like, if you look at something, like we all look at Fennec, right? And she looks great. Maybe we keep coming back and looking at her, right? That's what happens with me. If I keep coming back, I sleep on it, a couple weeks go by and I keep like eyeballing this whatever figure, I'm like, okay, that's something I want. But again, you're like, like you were saying that, in a year, your mind can change. Maybe they do something to the character and you're just like, I'm totally turned off now. And I've given my money, at least some of it, to somebody else that's holding it for over a year, and they're making money off my money. You know what I'm saying? It's fine. Wait a year, man. Wait a couple months even before the release. I mean, if you're into the game and you're watching shows like us, then
Right.
you guys know things are coming soon. Like, we know Ahsoka. Look at Ahsoka. She's not sold out, bro. And the hype's been real for her since she was announced. And you're in no different position now than when you were the day that she was announced. You can buy her right now if you just held off. So, yeah.
If she's released,
If
If
right,
she's
but
ever
that's
released.
that's just what I mean. I don't personally recommend pre-ordering it. Some statues I get, because they'll announce a statue and they're like, "Yo, bro, check it out. You got 48 hours to
Or
come
10
up with
minutes.
$3,000."
yeah, well,
and you're like, "Oh shit."
exactly. Well, yeah, that's a different story, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of money involved. But before we continue, guys, Andrew James with a 199 super chat. Thank you, my friend. What's up, everyone? Late to the party as always, man. You're never late, man. You can watch this, But thanks, my friend Andrew James. I have a lot of people. I'm just gonna say this. I just recently hit 6,000 subscribers. Actually, by the way, talking
Congratulations.
about
Congrats.
thank you guys, thank you. It's because of you guys. Because obviously, without you, I would not be here. I would not be sitting in this chair. I would probably be in my house watching other people. Reality. But
Nah,
thank you
man,
guys.
you started on your own, dude, and you built this shit.
Mhm.
Thank you. But it was you guys who always supported me, and Andrew's one of the OGs. Cuervo, Jay-Z, a bunch of you guys since like day one. Subscribe to my channel, being like super loyal. Desi, I met Desi through Easy actually, because Desi did a diorama for Easy. I'm like, oh shit, give me that content. I want to talk to this guy because he's really good. And then he made 2 dioramas for me. So, and then we became friends, and we always talk. And same with Fabio, Easy. I met Easy a while ago as well. Eri, Sergio. How can I forget Sergio? um, and everyone, So thank you guys for everything. But talking about giveaway, I'm gonna announce the winner on Friday. We're gonna have an unfiltered show on Friday. It's gonna be Easy, Fabio, and me, and it's gonna be Christmas Eve at 8:30 p.m. It probably is gonna be for about an hour and a half, but we're gonna have some drinks. We're gonna wear our ugly sweaters, so we just want to have fun. It's gonna be an unfiltered show, so we can talk about everything. So you guys are welcome to join us this Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. I believe Aries is gonna do a live stream as well in the morning. I'm gonna probably try my best to join, but I have to get my booster. Yeah, I have to get my booster because I work in the city, and the city is getting really in New York City, so the numbers are getting up, increasing a lot. So I have a 3-year-old, so I have to protect myself, for her, right? 'Cause honestly, I
Totally.
wouldn't, so that's my thing. But anyway, so Friday, Aries, if you're watching, or if you're gonna watch later, tell us the time. I think it's 10 or 10:30 on the 24th or the 25th. My brain is fried, so I'm sorry if I give you the wrong time, but yeah, it's coming. So stay tuned for Friday for the winner, for the giveaway winner. So my take on pre-order now, or wait until the figure is released. Right now, I'd like to see the figure first, right? And in my case, I'm super biased because I do unboxing and reviews, so I have to get the figure anyways, whether it's trash or not. I'm gonna get it. If it's trash figure, even better, I need to get that figure so people can watch it. They want to see the trashiness of the figure, right? So so I wait until it is released. I still have few on pre-order that I did a while ago. So those are the ones that I'm gonna keep because I want to have doubles. Pennywise is one example, right? So I'm gonna get it when it's released, and then I'm gonna get it through Josh, Comic Concept, so I can have two figures. I want to display it in two ways. So yeah. So to me, is until the figure is released. If you want pre-order now or release later, it's absolutely fine. It's just kind of like how we do it. That's all. We just want to share how we do it, and you guys have the last word, of course. So interesting topic. So stay tuned because we have more questions for the panel. All right. So now let's talk about another figure that was hold on, somebody was sending me a text. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys another figure that it was released this week and is coming to the channel for the unboxing and review. And I can wait to have this guy in hand because guess what? This guy is the ultimate Iron Man. And I'm kind of happy with the result. Again, I want to reserve my judgment until I have this figure in hand so I can show you pretty much everything in hand. But I think this one came out good. So I'm going to start again with Graham on this one.
I love it. I love it so much that I actually picked up the clean version of the 85 just yesterday, 2 days ago from Hawkwar's Toys on eBay.
Ray,
And
Howard Toys,
because,
he's the best too.
yes, and
Check him out.
because he is so close to where I live, I get it the next day. So it's awesome. I love buying from him.
Oh yeah, he chips
But
quick too.
yeah,
Mhm.
he's super cool guy.
Literally, you pay him like an hour later. Oh, this is your shipping.
Yep.
Oh, but so you're gonna drop it? No, it's dropped already. He goes
That's
like
awesome.
he's like
And the next day.
super fast. Yeah, Ray from Howard Toys. I put the link in the description below as well. I bought from him many times as well. He usually gets like the hard to find figures.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but yeah, continue.
But,
Sorry.
Good game.
but for the figure, I think it's awesome. I thought the head sculpt looked a little bit different from the prototype photos, but that could just be the difference in lighting that they're using. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with this head sculpt as well. We don't have the issue that we had with the 85 clean version here. The only thing, if I had to nitpick something that just looks a little off, it might be the hair. Just maybe looks a little too tall, but it's definitely not going to be a deal breaker for me. Nothing that would stop me from buying this figure. I think the battle damage looks pretty good because there might have been some worry out there that it was kind of like the Thanos battle damage, where as you got closer, you were just kind of noticing it was pretty flat and there wasn't much detail there. But I've seen some pretty good detail in the armor from these photos, and this is this is the Iron Man to get. This is the iconic moment in Iron Man's journey. And for guys like us that have probably watched all the phases of Marvel, he's what started it all back in 2008. So like,
Yeah.
to now get this 85, to me, it's like the cherry on top. So if you're an Iron Man fan or just a Marvel fan, I think he's a must get.
I do agree because this is the ultimate Iron Man. I mean,
Right.
this is it. This is the last Iron Man, unless they decide to do something with the multi-universe and try to, I don't know.
He'll be back
He'll be back.
in some capacity.
Yeah, well, we are over 72 people watching right now. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to all my friends' channel, Six Gun Mafia, the Jedi Knights Watch, and Desi from Metamorphic Customs. And leave a comment. Tell us, is this your favorite Iron Man? Are you happy with this release? Let us know in the comments. So, Anthony, I'm gonna stick with you on this one. What are your thoughts, man? Like, I do you agree with what Graham said? I mean, this one
Yes
looks
and no.
good. Go ahead.
No, yeah, no, and it does, and you're right. You guys are both right. He looks good. I see hints of Tony Stank in there, depending on the lighting. You know, I don't know. I know they were taking their time because of that, so I know they're really trying to nail this. Like you said, this is kind of like the definitive Iron Man, right? It's the last one. It's just the moment of, you know, the whole saga. With that, you know, it's still. I mean, I want it. I want it. It's just, I also remember looking at the original images, and you saw those other images that the battle damage just didn't look that great compared to the photos. So, you know, and I'm with you, Dante. Like, I got to get it in hand. That's one thing I've learned collecting 6-scale figures or Hot Toys in particular. I always reserve my judgment until it's in my hand, you know. Because you don't know, even in reviews, I can watch your reviews or, you know, or anybody else's reviews, and, you know, you get to see it, you spin it around, you can kind of see the details, but it's just not quite the same. You know what I mean? Until it's in your hand. And then because, you know, only you can judge. It's subjective. I mean, you may love this figure. Others are going to absolutely hate it, you know? So who's right, who's wrong? It doesn't matter, you know? But yeah, I think he looks pretty damn good. I'm not a real big fan of the nano stuff. I don't think I ever was. That kind of turned me off in the movies. I like more of the, you know, classic Iron Man, you know, not so futuristic. I know that happened eventually in the comics, but for an endgame piece or definitive Iron Man, yeah, bro. I want to get him and can't wait to see what he looks like in hand. Fully, you know what I'm saying? Fully enjoy it or dislike it. You know, we'll have to see.
Right, it's gonna be like a lover or hate it type of thing. Desi, what are your thoughts on this one?
I mean, it looks cool. I went with the clean version. I still have the clean version. It's the only Iron Man I currently have because I sold all the other ones that I had, and I think this is good. And the clean version was good enough for me. But as far as this one goes, yeah, it looks cool. It's not a lot to say. It looks battle damage. I think it's going to be one of those get it hands to just see the level of detail in the damage inside the little nano stuff, because, you know, we saw some pictures of sample that didn't look that great, but this looks okay in this picture. The head sculpt, it looks okay. It looks okay to me. It looks pretty good in these pictures. Again, it's going to be one of those, let's see what it looks like in hand kind of things, but it does nothing. I'm not complaining about anything here.
Yeah. And one thing that caught my eye on this one, and that's why I want to wait until the final really. I mean, until I get the figure in hand to do the review. You know, it's something with the head sculpt. I don't know. Like,
there's some stank in it, bro. There's some stank in it. There is.
It is not bad.
Like, that doesn't look good right there.
But at certain angles,
That doesn't look
it's
good
kind of
either.
weird. So I want to get it in hand because, you know, the Tony Stank head sculpt, it's not the worst. It's not the greatest. We can agree with that. It's not the
Right.
greatest, right? In hand looks much better than in pictures. That's a fact. I have it. So, you know, I can tell you because I don't think it doesn't look that bad. Yes, it doesn't look 100% like him. So I have a feeling that this is the same thing. I think certain angles like this one, the lighting
Looks good.
helps to look much better, but certain other angles doesn't look like him. Like
Yeah,
this one.
there, right there.
It looks
weird.
overexposed or something too. Like
Yeah.
some of these just look like bad photos.
Right?
Yeah, the problem is you just came from Fennec, right? We all just saw Fennec, and now we just see this. And I'll speak for everybody. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you look at Fennec and now you look at this, my brain immediately goes to Fennec. I'm like, that's an amazing sculpt.
You could do better, right?
I don't feel the same with this.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
No, I agree as well. I agree. There's some angles that doesn't look great, right? Now, not to say that the figure is bad, because it is not. It does look really nice. I mean, obviously, between this and Tony Stank.
Oh yeah,
I'm
only being critical because this is an Iron Man. This is a $500 piece.
Right.
Yeah.
It is a diecast. It is the ultimate Iron Man. This angle looks pretty good.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, certain angles looks better. Again, when I have the figure in hand, I will give you a better, pictures and angles, and we can just gonna go from there. But certain angles doesn't look that good, but not bad either. It's kind of a weird balance. BG Toy Arts, shout out to you, my friend. I used one of your pictures on my thumbnail, so if you're watching, thank you for that. I know I didn't ask you for permission, I just took it. So, but I'm giving you credit because it's your picture. So
great photographer too.
Great photographer, one of the best photographers. Ultra Van also is really good.
Yes.
The UB. So yeah. So I'm gonna wait until I get this figure in hand.
Like that looks great right there.
Some of them
with the
actually, 3. With the 3, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe my eyes focusing on Cap and Thor, like the whole picture, but I think that angle is, it's like us, man. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody's always like, oh, you took a picture of my bad side or something. Yeah. So it could be, like you said, once we get it in hand, it's gonna be a different story.
Yep. No, you're right on this one. This one, it actually looks like Robert Downey Jr., right? But that's just, it varies for everyone.
So I want to stay with you on this one, because I think KG mentioned this a while ago, and somebody was sharing pictures about the battle damage on the actual armor, right? Based on the pictures, it does look pretty good, though.
It does. It doesn't look like that picture we saw where it looked bad, right? Here, that's why I'm saying it's like, yeah, it's pretty good. Like, it looks good here. I don't see anything wrong with the battle damage in this picture at all. So that's why I'm kind of like, I want to see it in hand, but here it looks good. No problems. Like, if I had ordered this, I would not be upset whatsoever. Even with the head sculpt, I'd be like, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, no, I think we're just nitpicky a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's good. It's good to, I think it's always good to actually come in and say, well, this could have been a little bit better, but this is great. Like,
it's like we talked about before. We got to keep these guys on their toes.
Yep.
There's no slipping, because this is, especially when you're in the Iron Man turf, man. It's $500 no matter how you slice it, right? Tax, shipping, all that. Yeah. I mean, you're right there. I mean,
yeah, and not only that, Fennec, one time they got it right. How many Iron Men is this that they haven't perfected the?
Yeah, a zillion.
Now, it could be because Robert Downey's hard to sculpt, kind of like Mark Hamill, right? Like, and that's not just Hot Toys with Mark Hamill. It's every toy line, every sculpt, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying. So.
Yeah, by no means is it trash. I'm not trying to say don't buy this. Yeah. If you love this figure, buy this figure. Yeah. I just think,
you try to
nitpick a little bit. Yeah, you have to, man. You have to. Otherwise, you're gonna get, subpar shit, because they're gonna be like, hey, no one's complaining.
Or they're gonna get comfortable, and that's reasonable what they did if nobody complained, right? So yeah,
right. And what happened with Tony Stank was really horrible, though. Like, I was thinking, shit, I really hope this doesn't happen again. And I was getting worried, because it was taking a little bit longer to release the figure, even though I was told it's gonna happen, and I was telling people it was finally announced and that was the next one in line. But I was gonna worry. I was thinking, shoot, I don't want to see another Tony Stank in here. That was my biggest fear. And because what happened with Tony Stank looks like whoever did the painting or whoever did the head sculpt definitely was not watching the movie, or I don't know who approved that, because it is a huge difference from the prototype and the head sculpt. If the reason why we mention this is because if the prototype was with the Tony Stank head sculpt, people know what's gonna get. It would not be a complaint because you already know what you're getting. But in this case, it was totally different, and that was the issue, right? So maybe whoever did it didn't have a talent to paint, and that's gonna be the topic now. So what is the most useless talent you have? And I'm gonna start with Desi on this one. I'm just gonna point Desi. What's the most useless talent you have?
I sculpt using foam. Uh, I don't know if that's useless. I've been putting that to use.
Actually, I don't consider that useless.
No, no, it's been it was a joke, but uh, man, I don't know.
I know mine which one it is, but you can go.
Man, if I had a talent, you know, the one talent I use for work and the other one I use for the other work, which is my diorama stuff. So I don't know. Can I come back around? I'll think about it.
Yeah, think about it. Think about it. Anthony's looking so worried, so I'm gonna go with Graham on this one. I'm gonna give Anthony a break. I'm just kind of like throwing the ball.
Let's see. My most useless talent would probably be talking in movie quotes and being able to memorize movie quotes with just seeing the movie once or twice, and carrying on conversations in just movie quotes. And I'm the only one that's enjoying it, and everybody else doesn't know what I'm doing. So that would probably be my most useless talent.
That you can remember everything and nobody remembers the shit. Is it, what?
Especially like Dumb and Dumber, watching Dumb and Dumber as a kid over and over again, and just it's
pretty bird, pretty bird.
Love hanging out with these country folk.
Yeah, yeah.
Classics.
Oh god,
he must
I love
out.
that movie, man. Oh man, that movie was hilarious. That was the best one I've seen too. It was so freaking funny. There was another one that they said. What was the one?
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Yeah. You want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? Yeah, those guys are crazy. That was Jim Carrey's prime. Anthony, what's your most useless talent you have?
That's a tough question, man. You act like we're in class. You have to like come up. I don't know. I would.
Please answer in a complete sentence.
Please, I know, yes. Right? On one hand, I would say my ability to speak to anybody and be completely open with my opinions, but that also has its advantages, but oftentimes becomes, troublesome. But I wouldn't really say that's a talent. I mean, some people just, maybe because some people can't just be so open and be able to speak to anybody. You just meet somebody on the street and it's like, I can talk to them like, I've known you my whole life or something like that. But yeah, that's a tough one, dude. I mean, it could be that or just, kind of like you're saying, like useless trivia knowledge or something, I could probably win a, Star Trek trivia. I don't know if that's useless, but you know what I'm saying? It's a tough one, bro. I don't know.
I was going to say the same. Like, it's just what Graham mentioned it. Now, Anthony, you mentioned it. It's just like in-depth knowledge of some kind of nerdy, pop culture thing. For me, it would be Alien because it's my favorite movie, right?
Right.
So, and I could argue that. I could argue Prometheus, like, and all that. But I don't know if that's a talent, but, it is useless.
It is useless
because nobody seems to care when I talk about it.
Yeah, no, it is, dude. Because look, you just connected with me even further. Because Alien's my favorite movie. So it's not,
there you go. Yeah.
And I don't think it is though. Like, I'm trying to think because you're making me think about this stuff, bro. And it's like, I don't really think any talent is useless, right? Because if you're talented in something, whatever that is, you must have a passion for it, or you're doing something. I don't know what it is, bro. Like burping the alphabet. I mean, it's, I don't, so like I say, it's tough, man. I don't think anything's useless, man, if you have a talent in something, unless you don't do anything with it.
Yeah.
Mine is actually pretty funny because I love Dragon Ball Z. I love Dragon Ball Z. I have like a bunch of SH figure arts and I know all the characters. I watch like the whole thing. But my channel is about hot toys, so I don't even talk about Dragon Ball Z, and I should, and that was something that I was trying to do. I actually opened a channel with my friend Easy, to get Pokemon and because he loves Pokemon, and Dragon Ball combined. So I was doing some SS figures review. Actually, I have one, but just timing just killed me, man. I couldn't do anything, but I have a lot of Dragon Ball Z figures, man. I have a lot. Like
you do.
Let me show
I remember you were like, look at this. Yeah. I'm like, what? He's got a whole dark side to him.
That's a pretty cool, pretty extensive collection.
Nice.
and then on the top, but the dioramas are this is diorama. You see that fish tank. So
That's pretty cool.
that's my and I'm always told, yo, you should review them. Hold on.
Well, you should do something with
Yeah.
Dragon Ball, since you have a passion for it.
Right.
I mean, even review it on this channel. I mean, I know it's Hot
You know?
Toys based, but
Yeah, that's what I
Or,
was
or a
thinking.
bi-weekly show or something with somebody else who's into it. I mean, you never know. You know?
Fabio always tells me that, like, you just review everything you get, review it.
Yeah.
I said, no, it's a pretty good idea, but I was thinking, like, should I do Dragon Ball figures here? Because some people that may not like it, and obviously it doesn't matter, it's content at the end of the day. But I just kind of want to keep it like Hot Toys 1/6 scale. So, but I really love like freaking Dragon Ball. I spend so much money in
Yeah,
it,
do
like
it, man.
sidetrack.
You can do it.
So maybe
I
one
mean, we
day
do stuff. I do Star Trek stuff on my channel.
I have.
It's not related to Hot Toys, and that's people tune
Just
into
do what
that.
you want to do.
Maybe they
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's something that I was thinking maybe for next year to kind of have a Dragon Ball Z segment, because I really have a bunch of figures that I haven't even opened. It's in
Well,
the
the
box.
chat
I'm waiting,
seems to agree.
yeah.
So
As long as you keep it consistent, it's not 1/6, but it's consistent. Like maybe every Thursday, whatever, you release a Dragon Ball review or something
Right.
related, right?
let me I actually got Cooler. If you guys know the character, I have Cooler. I have Tenchin Han. The new one. I got that one. I got pretty much the Ginyu Force, the whole set. I have all Gokus, Gohan, Cell. I have the exclusive ones, Beerus, Whis. Yeah, I got a lot.
See, I don't even know what you're talking about, but the chat
yeah.
does. So coming
Yeah.
2022,
Guys,
Dante's new
if you
Dragon
wanna,
Ball show.
okay, if you guys want to see, I think I asked this question and people didn't want to. Some people didn't want it, so I was thinking, yeah, whatever. But if you guys want to see Dragon Ball unboxing and reviews, like SH Figure Arts unboxing and reviews, just let me know in the chat.
Dude, look at the
let
chat,
me know.
bro.
I'm
Everybody's
looking at
like, do it. Hell yeah.
it.
Do it.
So I would have been like, nobody wants to support. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. OC always supports me, man. You see, that's what I'm talking about. Ashley says, yes, Dragon Ball is. Oh yeah, the Dragon Ball Z is awesome. What is freaking what's his name? Fabio telling me. That's not the Spink side. If you guys follow me on my on my Facebook group, Fabio and I will always like troll each other. He puts something and then I start trolling him. Someone kick Mr. Philosophy out of this room now. Oh, come on, shut up. let's ban Fabio for a minute. Okay, so yeah, so that's basically my most useless talent, because I like Dragon Ball, but some people don't know. All right, so let's wait for Tony Stark to Tony Stark to come, hopefully one day. But now let's talk about Spider-Man. But no, we're not gonna talk about the movie because Graham hasn't seen it yet. So for respect, we're not gonna spoil it.
Sorry,
But next
guys.
week, no,
No worries.
man, dude, don't be sorry. I want you to enjoy the movie because you're gonna like it.
I appreciate it.
But we can talk about villains, because everyone knows the villains are gonna be in the movie, unless you don't know, Graham. If you live
I
under
know.
the rock,
I know.
please tell me. Because everyone knows about villains. But anyway, so this one here. So this is the villains, right? That we've seen in the trailer. So this is really no spoiler. This is what's been shown. So Hot Toys ask us the questions. What villain would you like to see, or would you like to get home? So I'm gonna start with Desi on this one. And I know we spoke about this, but you've seen the movie now. So based on that knowledge that you have, which villain? Let me put it this way: in what order would you like to see the villains being announced? Like from the worst to the best? Oh, I'm sorry, from the best to the worst. Let's do that.
If they look the way they do in this picture you have up right now,
Right.
I would pick Green Goblin as number one for sure, because I would get that one. Then my number two would probably be Doc Ock, right? Which is already third party, I know, but I don't want a Hot Toys one. And then the third one would be Electro, and then Lizard and Sandman in that order. Yeah, I just
Indeed.
think Green Goblin looks great in this picture. Um, that's not. I don't think it's a spoiler to say that's not how he looked in the movie, but
No, no, no. Yeah, no. It's
yeah.
just
So, but if he looks like that, then he's number one because
yeah,
that's an awesome design.
yeah. But I think regardless of the look, I mean, the Green Goblin is one of the main characters. We know that one of the main villains, same as Doc Ock. But I think Hatos needs to do this, man. They cannot waste this time. That will be a waste if they don't do it.
Yep.
You know, definitely will be. Graham, if which one is your favorite villain, and which one would you like to see first announced by Hot Toys?
I think it's pretty easy for me. I'd love to see Green Goblin as well. He's just to me iconic. You know, it's um, Defoe, William Defoe playing him was just awesome too. And I don't know, he's always just looked the coolest to me. And then I'd probably go with Doc Ock, and then down to Lizard, and then probably Sandman, and then Electro last. I don't know. I have a bad taste of Electro in my mouth since the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Spider.
So that's probably how I would rank them, at least for now, not seeing the newest movie yet.
Fair enough. What about you, Anthony? And please
Shit,
don't
man,
spoil it.
I'm with Desi, bro. If that picture was real, that goblin's fire right there. Because I could just see it. You know, the goggles are just kind of like, removable. So you have a full head sculpt. You have like a wired hood. I mean, yeah, he didn't really look like that exactly. But that could be a thing, bro. Like they could pull that off, and I don't think anybody would complain if Hot Toys released him just like that. I mean, because again, without the hood, without the goggles, pretty similar. I mean, like yeah, dude, I'm all for it. I think if anything, the general consensus with everybody is that we're gonna get a Goblin, an Ock, and an Electro. Probably not a Sandman. I think he'd be a little weird to do personally, just from logistics standpoint. I don't know how well they could make him. I don't know. And Lizard, same. I mean, they could use a Venom body, but then he might be too big. It's rough. And without talking too much because of the movie, but we all know that those are the main three. So
Right.
and it's a cash machine, bro. I mean, dude, Sony knocked it out the park. Let's not make no remember, it's a Sony production. It's not a Marvel production. Right. Sony kicked ass. So
number 3 in history right now.
Yeah,
like
anything that's branded
in terms of
is gonna sell.
In terms of box office, it's really number 3 in history. So that's a huge number for a Spider-Man movie. Huge. And they did a really good job. So
phenomenal.
If you ask me right now, I would say Green Goblin, definitely the first one. Even though the Toys era Green Goblin is actually pretty good. I did a review on that one like months ago, and I really like that figure. Same as the Doc Ock. Maybe the head sculpt is not the greatest on Doc Ock, especially when you take the goggles out. But if you put it on, it does look better though with the goggles. But I want to see what Hot Toys can bring on this one.
Exactly.
Because I can, I just have a feeling that if they do it, they're just gonna knock it out of the park. It's gonna be perfect,
dude. Especially if it's like sculpted hair, like they've been nailing sculpted hair. Then he would look so amazing. And then you have an option to have a hood or, shit, dude. I mean, it's just, and the suit can be similar to Iron Man suits. I don't know if they'd make it like. It wouldn't necessarily probably be a die-cast figure or something, but you know what I'm saying? They could do like, who knows, man? Again, that's what's so great about it because it's Hot Toys and we're thinking in our head, we're like, yeah, the third party's cool, but I'm just imagining with what Hot Toys resources is and their creative department, what could they really do?
I think they're gonna do a good job if they ever decide to pull the trigger on that one. But guys, we have almost 80 people watching. Please hit the like button.
Nice.
Let's try to make it. Let's see how many likes we have so far. 40. Come on, can we make it to 50 or 80? Let's make it to 70 likes at least. Let's do 70
we can
likes.
get it.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's hit the like button. It's easy. Hit the like button. So we can, because that helps a lot. Liking helps a lot. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to all my friends' channels here. I have all the links in the description below. Maybe I have to add a couple things here, but yeah, that's what we have right now. So what else we have? Okay, so besides the villains, which I can wait, there was another announcement that I want to see this movie too. I don't know about you guys, but I just can't wait. This is for this here, the
Mm-hmm.
Multiverse of Madness. So this trailer was released today, officially. It was, I don't want to spoil it, but you know what I mean. So, man, I think this is gonna be a continuation of the movie of Spider-Man. Obviously, rumor has it that it's gonna be some what if characters in this. I haven't seen. I probably watched 2 episodes of What If. I haven't seen all of them.
Mm.
Only a few I watched. I think 2 or 3. But Anthony,
Yeah, bud.
this is gonna be the movie next year, man. This is gonna be the Spider-Man No Way Home 2.0.
I sure hope so, because I don't know if I'm in the minority here, but I've not been digging phase 4 of the MCU. I don't know if I don't want to say it's fatigue, bro, because Spider-Man was on fire. So I don't know if it's just what they've been doing, the writing style. It's been kind of, I haven't really been interested in things MCU lately. However, I love Doctor Strange, bro. And the trailer is really looking like, see, here's the thing. I'm getting a little more excited because with Wanda being in there, I don't know if this is going to be a catalyst where, at the end, like in Avengers Disassembled, she alters the reality. She tries to save her children, and she does this whole like no more mutants, and she does this kind of Thanos snap, if you will, and wipes out a ton of mutants. And maybe in my head, I'm thinking maybe they'll do something weird like that, well, flip it because it's MCU and brings mutants in because she's trying to save her children and her brother. You know what I'm saying? And because we know X-Men are coming, they have a plan. I'm fucking excited, bro. I really am for this. Plus, I love Doctor Strange, and that outfit, you notice, is different. So again, that kind of goes back to the whole pre-order thing we're talking about, because people might have already pre-ordered the WandaVision outfit, and this is different. This is different. You can tell it's a different suit, and it looks a little more streamlined, a little sleeker, in my opinion. So, this is something I would probably get this version of her.
Yeah, she's got sleeves, right? You can.
Yeah.
The one from WandaVision didn't have sleeves.
Right.
Yeah.
She looks more mature. She looks more
Yeah.
mature, I think. Obviously, we grow up and we get older, right? But she looks more mature. She looks more powerful. That's the word I wanted to use. She looks more powerful. Desi, since you were talking about that, have you seen the teaser trailer? What are your thoughts about it?
Yeah, I think it looks great. I've been looking forward to. I really like Doctor Strange, and I've been looking forward to this movie because Anthony, I don't think you're in the minority. I think Phase 4. I'm not saying it's been worse or bad or anything. That's just for
Phase
right now.
4.
It hasn't been for me, and I haven't even
it's
seen Eternals yet, so it's not even fair for me to say that. I saw Shang-Chi, I saw Spidey, right? So I'm really looking forward to this one. The teaser looks great. I think this is the Doc Strange from the What If, right?
I think this guy looks more evil.
Yes, I don't think he's going to be the villain. I think the villain's going to be Wanda. I know I'm not the only one who thinks that. I think it's a bait and switch, right? I think it's going to be her.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of that lately in Phase 4.
I'm still waiting for X-Men. That's where I'm going to run into trouble with Hot Toys once the X-Men get introduced, because that's always been my thing, right? So I don't want them to rush it. I want it to be right, and not Fox Universe X-Men, right? But I'm hoping it's somewhere. I'm thinking it's going to be her. I agree with Anthony. So, but otherwise, the teaser looked great. I think it looks. There's nothing about it, and I was like, everything about it looked very good.
Interesting. That I could just note. I thought that was Shuma Gorath in the trailer.
It might be something else, like the gore or whatever.
It is, because Legos already spoiled the box art.
Oh, okay.
It's not Shuma Gorath. I won't say. You can look it up if you want, but it has a direct connection to Namor. So hopefully, we've had hints of Namor in a previous film, so maybe he's coming.
Maybe he's coming. Graham, what are your thoughts about?
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
probably. Have you seen the teaser trailer, Graham, by any chance? Or
I didn't have time to watch it yet. I was actually finishing Hawkeye before this, so I'm going to watch that tonight. But just looking at Wanda, I could definitely see how you would think, just from this picture, that she would be the villain. She looks pissed off, quite frankly. But yeah, I mean, she looks pretty good here compared to the WandaVision figure. Kind of like Anthony said, really streamlined. Looks like she almost had shoulder pads too on that other one, but this one looks a little bit more evil. So this one could be a pretty cool figure if they decide to make it, or when they decide to make it. But no, I got to watch that tonight yet. So I'll be doing that later.
She looks so powerful, man. Like
she is, bro. She's been nerfed like since the beginning of her introduction. Like, you guys don't understand, man. If you read Avengers Disassembled, dude, she's super OP, and I think we're right. I think she may become not necessarily a villain, but needs to be stopped to prevent, the restoration or alteration of the multiverse. Because you saw at the end of WandaVision, right? Like, she's doing the whole. I mean, even Doctor Strange's music was playing. I mean, she's trying to find her children, and then she hears them. So I think she's on this quest, and if she does that, she's gonna just mess everything up. So I think she will kind of be a villain in that respect. We don't want you to do that. We already just had this bullshit happen. You know what I mean? So we'll have to see.
She looks powerful though, and
Yeah, she is.
that's the piece, because she is very powerful. She couldn't destroy Thanos. She was this close to kill him.
Maybe too powerful for her own good.
Maybe too powerful, exactly. So I just want to see that movie is gonna be really good. I mean, Doctor Strange is a really strong character as well, and he did a really good job in whatchamacallit, No Way Home.
Yeah.
So
I love Doctor Strange. Like, period. Like, from the comic, like, Doctor Strange is dope.
Yeah, it's gonna be something with her kids. It's gonna be like, hey, I really want my kids, so I'm gonna pull some of this magic reality altering stuff, and Doctor Strange is going to be like, no, you can't, we can't let you do this again, right? So that's
what I'm thinking. It's they're gonna butt heads, and this I mean, I remember Feige said he had a 5-year plan before bringing in X-Men, and we're 2022, I think, is that 5-year plan. Like, it's time. We're getting Fantastic Four, we're getting X-Men, and I'm with Desi, bro. I mean, you know me, dude. I'm covered in X-Men Inc., dude. I have a problem. And if Marvel does this shit right, like,
so I want to show you. I want to show you this, guys. So Desi shared this with me. Bo-Katan. So the bottom is the prototype. The top is improved head sculpt. It does look better though.
Is it real or is it photoshopped? I've seen this as well.
So I don't know. That's what I was asking, because I saw the top picture. I got the top picture from the groups today. And I'm like, is this Photoshop? Because that's a picture from supposedly from Secret Base, the top one, right? And if you look at that and the original prototype, there's a few things you could say. 1, Photoshop. 2, it's the lighting, right?
Yeah,
and then 3 is being cast. Yeah, and 3 is they repainted it or resculpted it. The eyes are definitely different. The jawline is not shorter. People are saying, oh, it's because they fixed the jawline. Nope. It's definitely in the eyes. And I always thought this is the only head sculpt that Hot Toys has put out in the past year, or has announced in the past year, that I said, absolutely not. I'm out. Cool if you love it. If you love it, you win. I'm out. Right. So when I saw this picture, I was like, wow, is that just another proof that lighting and really changes everything? Because this looks completely different to that prototype. Right. So either they changed something or just the lighting, because this is the eye. I always complained about the eyes, and the eyes here are completely different.
Right. And this is right. This is circular in the group, so it could be might as well be Photoshop, or it could be anything. But we just kind of thought, might be a good idea to share with you guys and see your thoughts. Maybe you guys know something that we don't know.
Yeah.
If you do, let us know in the chat. So, but I mean, it looks. I mean, if you see this picture here, it does look a bit better, right? Maybe too soft.
Well, it's also pretty low resolution.
It's low res because it's
low resolution. Yeah,
it's zoomed in, but it could be airbrushed, right? It could be photoshopped.
Yeah,
right. It could be photoshopped as well.
I mean, you barely even see the scar on her head, so I don't know. This could be a Ray. situation, you know, like a 2.0, you know, because
Yeah.
Ray's prototype sculpt was, you know,
No
she
bueno.
just had that bro jawline, and then
But it came out good after that.
yeah,
They,
final
they,
product
they
was amazing.
right. Graham, you said that this looks like airbrushed,
Yeah, I was thinking the
right?
same thing you guys. It just looks, and it could be the quality, but it looks airbrushed. It, like you said, it looks too
Mm-hmm.
soft. I think it looks good, but yeah, is it real or was it modified
Yeah.
by somebody? I
I
think
know,
when you
right?
place it next to that one that was below it, I just like Jesus when I'm looking at that bottom one, because like, you know, when you first looked at it, you're like, well, I can see Bo-Katan there, but then you look at that other one too, and you're like, just kind of puts that bottom one to shame. I mean, I think, like you said, Desi, the eyes look different. Yeah, you can barely see that scar, so it's tough to say. But if it's
Yeah,
real, it looks better.
right.
Yeah.
It does look a bit better. Yeah, it could be the lighting, it could be the low resolution of the picture. I agree. I cannot see the scarf because again, it could be because of the quality, right, of the picture.
Bro,
But
if that's real, dude, that's fire, man. I mean,
Yeah,
I love Katie
yeah.
Sackhoff too,
So
you know, in general.
and the only thing I'll say is, you know, if you like the original prototype, and I know a lot of people did, then you win. That's awesome. But
Mhm.
the only thing that people say sometimes, it's like, yeah, I don't know why some people would say that doesn't look like the actress. That's impossible. Okay, now look at that comparison picture, whether the top is photoshopped or not, and tell me there's not something different there, right? Like the top clearly looks like the actress, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So-
Well, look at Captain
There's
America:
definitely-
First Avenger.
Yeah, right.
Okay, people are like, "Wow, that looks like Captain America." You know, 10 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Now show them like Endgame Cap sculpt. And
How
you're
about
like,
now?
what the,
yeah.
this is not, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like
Still
the
looks
old.
good.
It's like the old video games, like playing football back in like Game Day '98. You're like, oh my god, look how great that looks. And then we come,
Right.
to now we're like playing Madden. We're like, you compare them, and it just puts it to shame. It's the same thing right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I think
That
this
looks great.
I think it does look better. Again, I really hope this is not a Photoshop because the internet, you know how that is. They always Photoshop something and they always make something look weird and different. But
Yeah.
but you know, we'll see, I guess, you know. But you know, it would not be the first time that they had to do this because they've been improving head sculpts, they've been revising their own products. One clear example, recent Wanda from WandaVision, you know, they did something with their mask there, or whatever, and then they revise it. It looks much better.
Mhm.
So, you know, I guess that's how they're rolling. Um, so somebody asked this question the other day, and I think it was pretty fun. So, if you were a figure, what accessory would you like to have and why? So, I'm gonna start with Desi on this one.
If I was a figure, you know, don't ask me to show it because I won't. But that was my final project at college and university. We in art school, right? They let you come up with anything, and I've always been into toys, so I made a figure of myself.
Really?
It was more like a statue. It was like a 1/6 scale statue. This was a long time ago. This is back in 2004, 2005. But I made myself a little laptop, right? Because I was in art school, and like and the box said it came with like Photoshop and After Effects, right? So those were the accessories, more of like a digital kind of thing. And I came with computers. So now I would, if I was a figure now, I'd probably come with all the tools I use to make my dioramas.
With a little
Yeah.
toolkit. What about you, Graham? What would you what accessory would you like to have if you were a figure?
I'd need a lightsaber. You got to give me a lightsaber, man.
Oh, God.
Just wielding a lightsaber. Probably blue or green, but I don't know. Who doesn't want to have a lightsaber?
I know, right? If you can buy them in store like a real one,
Right.
right? Expensive and all that. That will be sick. You know, if I were to have a lightsaber, I would probably choose a black saber. You
Be
know,
different.
I kind of like when I saw that in the Mandalorian. I was like, damn, this looks very good. You know. So Anthony, what about you?
Yeah, it's tough, dude. I might have to go down Desi's route at the beginning on that stuff, man. Like anything like, you know, computer stuff or, you know, like you said, dude, I'm always in After Effects, Photoshop, you know, Illustrator, but I don't know, probably a guitar though, you know, or something. I remember last week, man,
That's
everybody's
cool.
like, "Oh, you need a vape," and I'm like, "Nah, I don't need no 6 vape." But like, yeah, it's something like that. That'd be kind of cool, right? Definitely got to have a hat too.
Yeah. Oh,
A
Ashley
teaspoon.
was. Ashley asked the question.
That's
Yes,
right.
she
It was.
did.
Yeah.
She did ask the question. Thanks for enlightening. That was a good question. Actually, it was kind of fun to uh um to answer too. So in my case, I will say a hat because I love hats. So even though I don't use it when I go to work, obviously, but you know, or anything black, like a black saver or a black T-shirt, you know. And the fun fact is, I don't always wear black though. It's just for the channel so I can look skinnier.
That's
Mm.
true.
There you go.
It works.
Hey, I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth. Um, so yeah, so that's something that I would like to have. But Ashley, thanks for that because yeah, she did ask the question. I believe it was last week, so it was actually pretty interesting. All right, so now let's go to the last to the almost last topic of the day. So I don't know if you guys had the chance to watch the movie for this one, but I haven't seen it yet. It's gonna be on HBO Plus, I believe. Um, I already hearing mixed feelings about this movie. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Hato's teases that they're gonna do something with this line, but have you guys seen the movie yet? Or
I didn't watch it yet, and I'm with you there, man. I loved the first Matrix. I loved the first Matrix. The second two, 2 and 3 they were okay, but they were still good, just not as much as the first. But I've heard the same, man. I'll watch it, but I've heard it wasn't that good personally. So I don't know. We'll see. Again, reserve your own judgment, but if they give us like at least some reissues, like I don't know if I want like that Neo, but I wouldn't mind picking up some Matrix figures.
Ram, have you seen the movie yet, or are you into the Matrix at all?
I do enjoy the first one. I did see the second and third one in the theaters, and I think by the third one I was kind of just matrixed out. They definitely weren't as good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch this. I do have HBO Max, so I'm gonna watch it. But I'll probably have not low expectations, but I just won't be expecting like a masterpiece or anything like that.
Mhm.
So yeah, we'll give it a shot and see what happens. I mean, it's got Keanu Reeves, so
Yeah, yeah, and Trinity, that's the name of
Yep.
the psychic. Yeah, I saw Hato is teasing something about this movie. I don't know what character they're gonna go with. Most likely it's gonna be Neo, and it's gonna be the other one, the Trinity, most likely. I'm still trying to understand why they didn't cast the what was his name of this guy here.
Lawrence Fishburne's not in there, and Hugo Weaving's not in there, so it's kind of weird.
I wonder
Agent
why.
Smith.
Agent
Because they
Smith.
didn't want to come back, or they didn't give them enough money, or something.
Yeah, or something. And I'm afraid Matrix is gonna go down that path, man, of like Alien and Terminator, and I hope it doesn't.
Terminator.
Like I don't think that they can catch lightning twice, right? Like the second and
Mhm.
third had some good moments, but yeah, like Graham was saying, by the third I was kind of tuned out already. The first was just so
Oh,
good.
Morpheus died in the MMO. I didn't know. I think I watched the first one only. Or maybe the first and the second I watch. I think.
Keep it at that. I
Yeah.
haven't.
I don't think this is is this the third one or the fourth one?
Fourth.
Fourth, right?
Mhm.
I think I saw the
Yeah.
first one and the second one, but the first one was good. The second one was the third one was trash. Sorry if you guys love the
Yeah.
Matrix, but to me, and this one I have no idea. I haven't seen it, but I'm gonna watch it just because I want to see. I just want to see this guy again because I really like him. He's a really good actor.
Oh yeah.
So did I ask Graham? Did I ask you about
Yep.
this? I did, right? What about you, Desi?
I haven't seen this one yet. Maybe I'll watch it tonight. I've heard. I only listened to a couple of reviewers, and the ones I've listened to said it was terrible. And I only listened to a couple because those are the ones I usually respect. But I always watch movies on my own because sometimes I even disagree with them. So I'll watch this. But what I heard was not good. As far as the original trilogy, I absolutely love the first one. I love Cyberpunk, right? So this was to me, this is still, even though it was 20 years ago, 21 years ago, it's the modern cyberpunk, the modern cyberpunk movie, the first one. The second one I still liked. I know people didn't like it that much, but it wasn't as good as the first. And then the third was like, they should have just kept it at the first. So
interesting. I think we're gonna see the first character. We're gonna see Neo and Trinity, and that's pretty much it. I don't think we're gonna see more of that. Maybe only one character, perhaps. But Ashley Chase again with the 7.99 super chat. She said, "Quote from Spider-Man: Homecoming: I'm not a girl. I'm a boy. I'm a man." Thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, I don't know. I just hope that they don't. Well, I already saw some scores there, and it's not the most welcoming one. So let's see what happens. All right, so guys, we're gonna wrap this up. I'm just gonna show you a couple things real quick before we call it for the night. So I know you guys seen a lot of pictures of this going in the floating around the internet about this. So the Batgirl. So yeah, the Batgirl is probably gonna be released tomorrow. We've seen boxes already. I don't think it's officially released yet. It's just the boxes there. So same as what happened with the other character. What was it? What was the other figure that was released last week?
Shit. I lose track.
Yeah, it was one figure that was same thing. The boxes were out everywhere, and people were saying, "Oh, it was released." It wasn't released yet. It was just the boxes. So this one probably is going to be tomorrow, and I have a feeling, and I was telling you guys before we went live, I have a feeling that we're going to see this guy on Friday. I don't know.
I hope.
Oh man, I'm just really. I'm not going to talk about Zoga anymore because I give up. I gave up. Maybe, I don't know, but I just have a feeling about this one, and I really hope, fingers crossed, because I know as soon as this guy drops, I'm gonna do a freaking live stream with my friend Will. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys tonight. It's a Wednesday. Stay tuned for Friday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. I'm gonna do a live stream, 6 scale unfiltered Christmas edition. Easy, Fabio, and myself, we're gonna be wearing our ugly sweaters. So we are gonna having some drinks and talk to you guys, and about collecting, and hopefully talking about Pennywise. Fingers crossed. 6 scale Mafia, what's going on your channel, my friend?
Hey. Well, hey, as you guys know, or I know Dante knows at least, I was on Iron Logan's yesterday. We did a posing session with Venom and a Spider-Man, and I ended up using this Venom and Iron Spider from PS4. Made a pretty cool pose, decided to make a video. So it's a quick little 1-minute video, but I threw that up on the channel. That was pretty fun to do. And
cool video.
we're gonna. Did you check it out?
Yep.
All right, cool.
I
didn't. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it was cool, man. It was fun. A damn thing looks like a statue now. So yeah, I got that going on, and our streams on Mondays. Probably right after the holidays, man. Starting on New Year's again, and hey, getting up there, man. Trying to get to that 1,000 subs. We're getting there. I'm giving away, I don't know, either IG-11 or Heavy Infantry Mando at 1,000. So that's cool, man. We're getting there. It's just yeah, that's really it, man. And my Instagram, lots of photos and what have yous there. So
nice. Desi, where can we find Metamorphic Customs?
On my Instagram page, Metamorphic Customs. You can find me there, and I'm going to have some new things hopefully by the end of the year, if not very early in the new year. But I'm working on a couple of different things that are going to be new for Metamorphic Customs. So looking forward to it.
Maybe we need to get you open a channel, my friend, like we did with Fabio. We bring you guys to the dark side of the force.
Yes, I should. I really should.
Yeah, but if you change, if you want to do it, you know where you're gonna be, man.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, as always. Graham, first time having you in the show. Thank you so much for accepting the invite. What's going on your channel, my friend?
I just like to tinker around with different things on the channel. Lately, I did a repairing the pleather material on a Catwoman, and we just did a Hot Toys collection tour, so you guys can check that out. But I got a bunch of figures coming in for Christmas, so I'll be showing those off and looking forward to a great 2022.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
And thank you guys so much for having me. This was a lot of fun. It was great hanging out with you guys. So hopefully I can do it again.
Of course, man. Like, yeah, we we try to keep it real here. Talking about collecting in general, movies, whatever. This is a between collectors show, so that's why we keep it like this. So what's going on my channel? So Friday, the live stream again, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Fabio, Easy, and myself wearing our ugly sweaters. I have a bunch of reviews coming, guys.
I thought you were gonna
So
say I got a bunch of ugly sweaters.
a bunch of no, I just have one. So Two Face is coming. I actually have it already, but I'm gonna do the review. Harley Quinn. If I ever get Zombie Deadpool, which is probably lost in DHL, so hopefully I'll get that one to review. The Stormtrooper Commander, courtesy of my friend Easy Company Collectibles. He sent me that figure for review. I'm gonna have Proxima Midnight from Infamous Toys. It's a third party non-licensed figure, unlicensed figures rather. I'm gonna do the review on that one as well. Mark 85 Battle Damage is on his way. Oh my god, what else? My friend Fabio sent me his black Superman, the black suit Superman, the Transcendent. So thank you, Fabio. I'm gonna be the first one opening his figure because I always get the pleasure of opening his stuff first. He lives in New York, so he sends it today. I'll get it tomorrow. So that's the beauty of living close. But he always does that. So thank you, Fabio, because he helps me a lot with stuff that I don't get because I don't have more space. So I'm just gonna using his wallet. But yeah, so that's coming. Stay tuned for that. We're gonna have probably a new show next year. Maybe Dragon Ball. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, that's all I have for you guys tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow all my friends' channels on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. Don't forget to join the Facebook group Six Kill Media because we want to make it to what the more we can. So the link is in the description below and check it out. And that's all I have. And as always, be well and see you around in the next video. Good night.